Paranormal Ville video podcast, Hauntings and Mysteries of the Red River Gorge and beyond. A Stark haunted cabin.
Hello and welcome to Paranormal Ville, Hauntings and Mysteries of the Red River Gorge and beyond. I'm your host, Bill Stark, aka Bill from the Ville. I'm joined today with my lovely wife and partner in life, Charisse.
We're so excited to have you join us as we delve deep into our life in a haunted cabin.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy life, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to share some stories and have some fun.
Yeah, you guys might recognize us from a series on the Discovery Network called Terror in the Woods. Later named These Woods Are Haunted. Our haunted cabin story was featured on the Discovery Network in 2017 as the Ghostober Halloween special.
Available to see in like 220 countries.
Yeah, streaming all platforms right now.
It still is, yep.
I encourage you guys to check that out and get a little bit of the background story. We're going to dive deep into life in a haunted cabin, aren't we, darling?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. How's it been for you?
Deep breath on that one, folks.
kind of an adventure, right? It's a loaded question. But first of all, we're going to give you guys a little bit of background on who we are. First of all, myself, Bill Stark, a.k.a. Bill from the Ville. I got that nickname from being the #1 Cardinal fan, growing up handed pom-poms to the cheerleaders since I was 5 years old. Sitting on the floor.
With your daddy watching basketball games.
Right on the front row when there was like 2,000 or 3,000 people in the stands. Now 20,000 people packing the Yum Center. But yeah, I am, just basically a fun guy, all right? And I'm a city guy who bought this crazy cabin. I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, my hometown, and it's really great to be back here now in the studio, at the X studio, with Jeff Cohen running the cameras and taking the heat off me technically. Thank you, Jeff. I have my own ESPN highlight reel. I have, I graduated in '86, the last year that they won the championship. And, it's just.
You're proud of being from your hometown of Louisville.
Yeah, I'm kind of blown away that we're back here doing this. This has been, I grew up watching Daniel Boone episodes and dreaming of a haunted cabin. Not a haunted cabin.
Dreamed of living in a log cabin, maybe.
I did.
Deep in the woods.
This is the first log cabin that made an impression on me. This is from my father's desk when I was a little baby. And watching Daniel Boone's episodes, he was the one that marked all the trails going through the Appalachians and getting over to the Mississippi through Kentucky. And it was always my dream to own a cabin in the woods. But you might want to be careful what you wish for, folks. You just might get it. But my Bill from the Ville mantra is the right place at the right time with the right mind. I feel like we're right there right now. So
sometimes it's just how you look at things.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Sharon.
So I'm from South Florida, but I'm Kentuckian now.
Boca Raton,
yeah. Palm Beach County.
Yep.
But I was transferred up here with a job. Hospitality.
Fine dining,
yeah.
Ruth's Chris.
Yeah, Ruth's Chris. And spent some time working at a bank for a while, and that's how I met you.
Yeah, I couldn't balance my checkbook.
Could not balance his checkbook.
I had a buddy that used to help me, but he bailed, and next thing you know, I'm going up to the bank 4 times a week to see if I can get a printout, right?
Yeah. So, he's asking me to lunch. We talk sports. We talk travel. We both love food. And, he loves everything tropical, and I grew up in tropical. So, 24 years later.
Yeah.
We're still having a great time, big adventures, lots of travel, lots of eating out.
Yes.
But except for the last couple of years, maybe in a haunted cabin, which has made it a little bit more challenging. But
we spent 12 years.
Interesting.
Yeah. 12 years out of the 24 we've been together.
Yeah.
So half of our relationship's been.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just thought about that now.
Yep.
It blows my mind. But we are coming to you from, they say all roads lead to home, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's happening today. We were actually excited to bring you this podcast from our haunted cabin. And because of it being so pummeled by the paranormal, we are not able to produce anything in the studio that we renovated. I had a detached garage. It had a dirt floor,
Yeah.
walls. Spent a couple years getting it together and making it right. And as soon as we started trying to put something together for the podcast, the ghost said no.
No, but every time we even tell stories to even our friends on the phone, phones cut out, electronic glitches, batteries drain. It's just a little too crazy.
Things move.
Things move.
Objects moving. That's pretty daunting when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're forced to think outside the box and head back to Jeff's place, who's running the X studio here in Louisville.
X Media.
X Media. We're in his studio.
We are.
And we are loving it. It's been a challenge because not only did we have trouble with the paranormal events in the studio keeping us from rolling, but we were also plagued by health issues, car issues, weather issues. One car caught on fire while I was trying to defrost it. It was hard.
Yeah, thank you, my car. But I'm also the one that ripped up my Achilles on a hike just a couple of months ago. So
Yeah, exactly.
that stuff. And then get stuck in an ice storm. So
it's good to be coming to you from the X studio in Louisville. And, how do we get here, Cher?
Well, we kind of got there because you went out to Joshua Tree and your eyes were opened up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree, California. That's where my supernatural journey began. They say there's magic in the Mojave, and they are dead right. I felt it as soon as I stepped onto the desert floor.
Yeah.
There was a spiritual awakening that happened with me out there, and we're going to get into that story in a little bit.
Sure.
And, when I got back, I told Charisse we're going to have to definitely look at getting an RV because I was inspired by the people and lifestyles that were out there in the desert enjoying the Joshua Tree Music Festival. My good friend Barnett English invited me out. He'd been trying to get me out there for 10 years, and I looked at my schedule. It was just after Ben had passed away, and my good friends have a son that was tragically killed by a drunk driver. He was 19 years old, and he was like my little brother, and I decided to take a break and head out to the music festival and just document what I can with the music. And strange things started happening out there immediately, like the first day.
But you met some great people out there, and it also encouraged us to live a much more simple life, which is kind of why we ended up at the cabin, too.
Yeah. Downsized.
Less
is more.
Less is more.
And,
seems like that.
Yeah. I mean, the people in the desert and the people that I met made such a profound impact on my life. I remember meeting Betty and John. They were traveling all around North America and South America in their RV that they named Bert, and it was solar powered, and I was just blown away with how kind they were, how smart they were, how funny they were. And I remember meeting John for the first time. I had spent the night in the men's restroom at the Joshua Tree Music Festival because the winds were blowing so bad. My trailer was bouncing all over the place. Guess Barnett didn't anchor it down before I got there. And I came out of the restroom and I saw who I thought was another guy, and I went over to say hi, and it turned out to be John. And John looked at me, and he's a British guy, and he goes, "Did you just come out of that loo?" They call the restrooms loo over there, I guess. Yes. And I was like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "What were you doing?" I said, "Sleeping in there, man. The winds were crazy last night, so me in my Adirondack chair hung in the men's room."
But he changed your name from Bill from the Ville to Bill from the Lou.
Yes, he did.
And he still calls you that.
He does.
Because they've settled over in Portugal, and we get to FaceTime with them.
Yeah. And his awesome partner, Betty.
Betty, awesome.
Who's from Hungary.
Yes.
And she is probably the sweetest lady I've ever met, and one of the kindest souls you've ever met, too. So we decided to, start looking for an RV because a lot of those guys had RVs and lived out of their RVs. And
we were just going to be going to the gorge as much as we could, though, because that was our favorite place to be.
Exactly.
The Red River Gorge in eastern part of Kentucky.
Yeah, it's 2 hours away from Louisville.
Yeah.
And it's heaven on earth. I mean, if you've ever heard of the movie Jurassic Park, you're kind of close to the description. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Daniel Boone National Forest and the Red River Gorge area?
So it's kind of known as, it's almost like a canyon land, but it's not like the Grand Canyon because you're full of trees and foliage and lots of deer and all kinds of animals and eagles. And it's just an amazing place. And, when Bill first introduced me to it, about a year after we were married, I just fell in love. I wanted to get down there as much as possible. And honestly, every time the weather was beautiful, we're like, can we get a campsite? Can we get a hotel room? So we did a lot of backwoods camping for a while.
Sometimes we got both, a campsite and a hotel room just for backup.
He said it was for me, but I think it was for him.
And it is a rugged and steep territory deep in the Appalachian Mountains. It covers 21 counties in southeastern Kentucky, 600 miles of trails. It's a wilderness geological reserve. Like Charisse said, it's a canyon land because it was carved out from the Red River running through these.
Right. Well, it was the ice and the water from millions of years of evolution.
Yeah.
They created it, and we've got these amazing sandstone arches. They're known for their arches, and so you got rock climbers from all over the world that come. It's actually the best rock climbing east of the Mississippi, I think they say. And of course, just great hiking trails.
Yeah.
It's this beautiful nature.
The reason they call it the Red River is because of the ore and quartz deposits that run through the streams and just create this red hue, which is absolutely stunning. Lots of vast resources for cryptids.
Yes, we've heard the tales of the rangers when they're kind of doing tours on wildlife and the wildflower festival is always great.
Exactly.
But they'll tell some stories about maybe Bigfoots out there. So.
Yeah, and there's actually a Bigfoot festival.
There is a Bigfoot festival now,
close to the area, which is amazing. So why the podcast, Charisse?
So this all started because we did the show and people they found us. It's crazy how people can find you even when you don't use your last name.
Yeah.
Of course, we had to find when the show was on too, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, for privacy and security at the cabin because we're in a remote area.
Didn't use our last names, but they found us.
They did.
And they started reaching out and it's like, we want to hear more. What's going on? Do you still have activity? And
they started sharing some of their events.
They did, which is great.
Yeah.
So Bill ended up writing a book.
Yes. And we took the cross-country book tour a year and a half ago, all the way out to California. We actually debuted the book in Joshua Tree. The book
there's a book right there.
Yeah. You might want to take the post-it note off on this. Give the people a good look. Jeff will throw that up for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, so we've written the book. It's 31 chapters, told in synchronous order as events happen at the cabin. So you're kind of with us on the journey, similar to the podcast here, but we're going to go into much more detail here at the podcast. And we've been blessed because everybody that's crossed our path has inspired us in some way and shared their stories, which is absolutely therapeutic for me because we've documented over 100 supernatural events in the last decade. No one still lives in a haunted cabin that's had those kind of experiences. Have you seen the price of real estate lately?
We're not moving.
Yeah, we're not going.
But even after you write the book, what do they want? They want more.
Yeah.
So we go to book signings and like, well, this is great. We're so excited to read the book. And then they give you feedback. And they're like, what else you got?
Exactly.
So here you go. That's what else we got. We're going to try a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, things started off kind of benign in the beginning, and we'll kind of take you on that journey. But they quickly escalated, and it seemed like something was trying to communicate or something was trying to make itself known for whatever reason.
Well, we got a little bit of everything going on.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, we covered the gambit on supernatural. I say that we've been plagued and pummeled by the paranormal.
Persistent paranormal presence is kind of how you usually say it. Yeah.
It is persistent. Yeah. And it wants attention and it loves chaos. So they got a lot of that from me being up there by myself for a long time. But some of the experiences that we've encountered have been electronic phenomenon, ethereal mist, orbs, strange footprints, objects moving, disembodied voices, even UFOs, believe it or not. And we've got witnesses to that too, so it's kind of a really cool thing. So,
And of course, maybe Bigfoot and some cryptid activity.
yeah, lots of that. Yeah, that goes along with it.
Yes.
So that we're going to feature some exclusive footage that
We are.
people have not seen before, which I think they showcased about 4 or 5 events on the show
Yeah.
back in 2017, the Ghostober Halloween special. But many of the events that we've documented have been either photographed or videoed or had an eyewitness account. Now that is rare. We're very blessed and lucky that we're able to talk about this and support it with evidence.
Right.
That kind of separates us from the rest of the groups. You know, they're just,
And I think the eyewitness accounts are huge because that really makes us feel, I mean, yeah, we can take a photograph, but having somebody else at our cabin experience something,
yeah.
that's definitely reassuring. I guess that would be the way to say it.
Yeah. So we're not the only ones, and that's nice. And we're looking forward to bringing you as many exciting, inspirational, entertaining stories as possible
Yeah.
on our new podcast, Paranormal Ville.
Yeah.
Mysteries and Hauntings from the Red River Gorge and beyond. Stand by. That's going to be a lot of fun.